Hello guys, it is the Red One here. Now, I'm coming at you today to create a bit of awareness and talk about mental health. Because this is something I have suffered with and had probably ever since the first day of secondary school. Because as a lot of you know, which I'm sure you do, my school life was horrible. It was the most miserablest, unhappiest, soul destroying time of my life. But one of them. There's been a lot of unhappy times that I have had. So I want to try and create a bit of awareness about it and talk about it. Because there's a lot of videos out there like this, and some of the things they say in them are just ridiculous. They don't understand what they're on about because they don't have mental health. They don't have depression and anxiety. That's why I think you've got to be real careful going to see doctors about mental health, because this is where it becomes a bit of a tricky area. Because I don't say this in such a horrible way, because doctors do amazing things, I'm not denying that. But when it comes to mental health, they can't really fix this one because they don't understand it. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them, if they study it well and they look up the research, but sometimes the research isn't always exactly true, they can go from there and know a lot about it there as well. So that's good. But a lot of doctors, they don't understand it, they don't get it. They'll lead you down the wrong path, they will tell you the wrong things. And this is what I'm here to clear up today. So, one main thing that I notice they try and tell you is find the root cause of your depression and anxiety. Now, that's true if something has a root cause. If your marriage is broken up, if your girlfriend left you, if your boyfriend left you, things like that, then yeah, that has a root cause. So it's something that can be fixed down the line, fully fixed. However, it can be fixed if it's hereditary. If it's something in your family that will be passed down to you, whether you like it or not. There's nothing you can do about it. If it's that, it won't go. And I know what you're thinking, holy shit, I'm doomed. No, you're not. Because I can help you. Now, if you have mental health the way I do, I know what a lot of you guys think it can be fixed. No, it can be fixed, but there's ways to make it way bearable than you guys would ever know. One thing I like to do, especially, is go on walks. I mean, my legs aren't great, so I can't really go on long walks, but I do try and push to a walk to the shop. Now, I walk through the shop through the cemetery. It's a really good way because it's peaceful through there, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want it to be nice and peaceful, things like that. And music, especially, like I've got my beats on now. I'm not listening to music now. Obviously, the only reason I've got them on now is because I'm going to be going to the shop with you guys in a minute, But I'm just talking to you about mental health right now in the meantime. So music is a great way for you to expand and feel more relaxed, because sometimes I know other people like this. When you listen to a song, it feels like it's playing out your life. It feels like it's playing out things and general struggles you go through. And that's what's really good. There's great music for that. Ed Sheeran's music's really good. And some other music that I don't really know the singers' artist names, so I can't really mention them at the minute. And of course, I can't play it. I can't play any of the music to show you guys because copyright and all that. So that sucks, but it's just the way it is. So music is a really good way, guys, to relax if you've got mental health like me and just take it all in. Music is a really good way. And there's a lot of things that can cause root causes to mental health. One of the main things can be loneliness. I wish I had a friend. I wish I had a friend to chill out with and create a bond with. Friends I had, they all let me down. I tried to make a good effort with them and try and make a good bond because, as you guys know, it's the type of guy I am. I always try and make an effort with people and try and get to know people really well. I do my best with that, getting to know people especially and seeing their interests. Like one friend I had. This guy didn't let me down. I'm not saying he let me down. I just don't see him as much because he don't live in Britain anymore. Called Alex. If you're watching this, Alex, you're a legend, bro. I love you. We had an interest in games. He played Xbox One. I played PS4. And just because we played two different consoles, we're not childish. It's not like we're in year 8 and it's like, oh, PlayStation's better, Xbox is better, all that bollocks. No. We actually just talked about general games and things to do and good hobbies on games. And that creates a good bond. And it distracts you from mental health as well. So that's really good. But, sorry about that. there is a lot of friends I had that I made a good effort with, and they all let me down, man. They really did. They lied to me, things like that. Now, I'm not going to mention their names. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying getting justice for yourself or like revenge in that kind of way is a bad thing. I'm not going to start preaching to the choir all that garbage. There's nothing wrong with doing that. However, this video is mental health awareness, not about getting revenge on someone. I don't really want to go down that road anyway. It's not really the type of guy I am. But well, no, it is and it isn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't do that, but if circumstances led to that, but it's not what this video is about. So I'm not going to mention their names. So as well, and that's one good thing as well. But now, like I was saying, many things it can be, of course, loneliness. Loneliness can be a big one. That can be a big root cause. But when it's hereditary, it's kind of like root causes, yeah, and, well, no root causes, but it's kind of like the things that could be a root cause piled on top of your just hereditary mental health. So even if you beat loneliness, you beat all that, you'd still have it. Now, don't get me wrong, it would make it a lot better. But mental health, the way I have it, is something that can never fully go away. Now, another really good thing is, of course, music. Like I just said, really good thing. Find songs you like, find playlists of songs you like, listen to them. And another really, really good thing I love doing is finding a good YouTube channel to watch. Of course, I do YouTubing. I do videos, live streams, and Facebook as well. I upload videos. The platforms I upload videos to are Facebook, which this will be going on to, and YouTube, the red one, aka my red top. Which I'll be uploading this to as well, so you can check it out on either. I don't have Twitch. That's probably something I should get into, but at the minute, I'm not doing that right now. So, like I said, a good YouTuber can be a good thing as well. If you guys want to check me out, I'm a decent content creator. I do my best. I make an effort. I don't lie to people in tutorials and videos. You do get some YouTubers that do things like that, but like I said, that's not the point. Find good YouTubers. Now, one YouTuber I really like watching is The Lion Whisperer. Kevin, if you're watching this, another legend. Major respect for you, bro. He's a really good YouTuber. Now, he does videos. He owns like a lion sanctuary and things like that, and he like raises lions and looks after lions and hyenas, leopards. I think that's it. Cheetahs. I think he does cheetahs. I'm not sure, but I know the main ones is lions. That they're literally the main ones. I'm not a major fan of hyenas, if I'm honest with you. I mainly like when he looks after the lions. And it's really relaxing to watch that. If he's watching this, it's really good. I really am. I've left comments on his videos and he's replied to them, which is even more awesome. So thanks for replying to that. And so if he's watching this, I might try and leave a link in his video to this video, so he can see that I've called him out because he's such a legend of a guy. But I'll see. I don't want to I don't want to harass his channel. Like, hey, check this out. But I'll see. And one other YouTuber I really love is Markiplier. He's my favorite YouTuber. I've watched his videos, God, ever since like 2010, 2011. And I have left comments in his videos, but I don't say this in a bad way. But Markiplier never replies to people in the comments. At least not what I've seen. I've scrolled through comments, and on Facebook as well. I've left messages, but he never really replies. He has got I think he's got over 20 million subscribers, so he's a very busy guy, so I'm not going to blame him or be annoyed at him because of that. That'd just be silly. But if he ever does reply, then that's great. I love you, bro. You're my favorite YouTuber. Anyway, so that's another way to deal with mental health as well. Find a good YouTuber, and a good YouTuber to watch and listen to is really good. So as well, The Lion Whisperer, definitely check him out. I'll try and leave a link to his channel in this video. Facebook and YouTube, so go check him out on there. He does have Facebook as well. I haven't checked him out on Facebook. I will. So he's a real good guy. He really is. Now, that was my phone. Now, another really good way to deal with mental health, I find, if you have it the way I do, find a good hobby. Now, of course, I can't go outside and play football or whatever. I don't have my legs are in a bad way, so I can't do things like that. But I try and get out to, for a walk as best I can. But by a hobby, I mean, if you're in my situation, if you like games, PS4 is a really good way for me to distract myself from mental health, play games, do live streams. So finding yourself a console, any console, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Wii, any others that I've missed, definitely do that. Finding console is a really good way because playing game. I grew up on games. I didn't really have many friends growing up, and friends I did have, they were just, they weren't very nice, and things like that. But I grew up on games, so gaming is a big part of my life, and it's a good way to distract yourself from mental health. Because in games, man, they can be such gripping characters. There's so many good gripping characters on games, and I'd love to voice act a character. If I could voice act a character on a game or a movie, I'd love to do that. That'd be really cool because you could show like your personality and things you go through. Because as well, one thing to remember, a lot of the characters on games and films, they have the exact same flaws and issues as we do. Just they overcome them in the space of an hour, and it can take us like years to overcome them. Of course, because it's a film, and again, you gotta remember that. But that's one thing I've really noticed, They have the same flaws, they have the same issues, so we can relate to these characters so well. When they're going through something, and we can think, oh, that's the exact thing I'm going through right now, which makes the character more relatable. And so, they're good ways to deal with mental health. Get yourself a console, get yourself a really good game. I'd recommend good games on PlayStation. These are good exclusives. Infamous Second Son, as you know, I love that game. Uncharted, Horizon. There's so many exclusive games on PlayStation. I could literally write out a list. I just can't. I just can't think of them all. Greg's actually messaged me. I can't check that out right now. Keep that on silent. Anyway, so yeah, games can be a great way, and the basic things like that. So there are 3 ways I like to deal with it, but the especially main way is walks. I can't go on majorly long walks. I'm going to try and do one today a bit. It's not ideal for my legs. I shouldn't really be doing it, but being inside all the time because of my legs, you like to at least push forward and at least try. I don't do this every day. It's just once every months, man. The shop is every day, but I mean a long walk is definitely once every month. Generally it's got to be like that. Because I don't have the legs for it. But long walks and listening to music and taking deep breaths. Take a deep breath, guys, if you have what I have, and just learn to trust who you are. Because I trust who I am. I know I'm a good person, man. Friends I've had, I've always done my best for them and tried to help them, and they only repaid me by letting me down. So learn to trust who you are, because I definitely trust who I am. I know I'm a good person. I know I've tried to do my best by people, and that's something. I know that's something. I know that's something to be happy about and think, yeah, I can sleep well at night knowing that I've done my best by people. That's good. Because mental health can really take a toll on you guys. It really can. It can take a brutal toll on you. It can make you feel like you're meaningless and you're a nobody. It can put you so far down in the dumps that you just want to end it all. Every morning I feel like that. Because some other videos, the things they say in them. Greg keeps messaging me. This is not the time, bro. Just turn my phone off. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, like I was saying, mental health can really make you feel real down in the dumps, man. And there's a lot of videos out there that just say the wrong things, lead you down the wrong paths. They'll be like, you got so much potential, you got all this, and they don't know what's going on inside your head. They don't know what it's like to wake up every morning, and the second you open your eyes, you're just like, shit, I'm still alive. And every morning I deal with this, but every morning I deal with it in the most healthiest, positive way. I give myself good, positive vibes. I push forward. I go forward with it. I don't let it get on top of me, which sometimes I do. And a great way to do with mental health as well is exercise. Weights, the gym. I'm going to get back to that once I got my legs fixed. My legs are better. I'm going to get back to that, down at Universal, things like that. And that is a great way to deal with your mental health, the gym, because a lot of people don't understand what mental health is. They lead you down the wrong path. They say the wrong things. And that sucks, And that's what you got to think, because you got to push forward with it, man. You really do. You've got to push forward, because, like I said, mental health really can push you to your limits. It can bring you so far down that you just don't even want to acknowledge and socialize with the world anymore. You just want to be left alone and curl up into a ball and feel sorry for yourself. It's rough stuff. It makes you feel like the whole world's against you. And it can just be one of the most horrifying things when you face it alone. Now, I do face it alone. I don't have any good friends to talk to about it, because friends wasn't exactly loyal to me, so that sucks. But there's ways you can deal with it if you're facing it alone like me, you know? Just because you have to cross that finish line alone doesn't mean it's not bearable. But if anyone wants to talk to me about these things, you're more than welcome to. I understand it and I can help you. I can talk to you. More than you know. And you know, when I did go to the doctor to see this, is why I don't recommend going to doctors, because this doctor I did go to see, I tried talking to him about it, and I tried mentioning mental health and the suffering things I'm going through and things I feel when I wake up, you know, suicidal type things, but I don't act on those things. I never act on those things. I push forward, stay positive, and strong positive vibes. That's what you gotta do, guys. That is what you gotta do. That's what you've always gotta do. And I mentioned depression, anxiety, the suffering I go through to a doctor. And this is gonna sound unbelievably terrible, but he found it funny. He laughed. He thought my suffering was hilarious. I know what you're thinking. Holy shit, what an asshole. Yeah, he is. That's why I would not recommend going to a doctor to talk about, because they don't understand it. They don't understand. You know, I would not recommend going to, you know, Manal Surgery or the Dr. Rise or Dr. Reyes. I can't remember his name. The guy who I had, he was fucking useless. You know, he just, and he was useless because he didn't understand it. That's the thing. He doesn't get it. He thinks he gets it. He lives in a world where he thinks he gets it. He thinks he knows all the answers. But in the reality of it, he could never be more wrong. And the scariest and brutalist, saddest thing is, he will never realize how wrong he is until it's too late. He will never realize how wrong he is. He can never realize how wrong he is until it's too late. That's the bad thing. So if you've got a doctor that understands it, absolutely fine. But I wouldn't recommend going. This is just me, because not all of them are going to listen and actually even give a shit. They're really not. So that's the thing, you know. I just wanted to, you know, talk to her about this and create a bit of awareness about it, because no one knows what it's like more than me. Well, some people do as well, of course they do. So if you need to talk about anything, this is the guy to talk to. And just always remember to push forward, guys. And I'm going to take you on the walk to the shop, because I know what it's like. Mental health can push you further than you ever thought possible. Having mental health really shows how strong you are. It shows how strong you never knew yourself was when you overcome these things and you push forward with them. Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And I know more than anyone. Because it can really push you down. You know, I'm trying not to get too emotional in this, because I want to create awareness, not have it start crying. But, you know, mental health can really get you down. You know? But you want to push forward, guys. Stay positive and learn to trust who you are. Remember your music. Remember your music. That can be insanely helpful for it. Alright? Anyway, let's get going, shall we? So, hope the sun isn't blocking as much the lighting. Now I come this way to the shop, guys, every day through the cemetery, because I can listen to music, it's peaceful. That's better, sorry guys. I'm using it with my hands, so don't want to block the camera. But as you can see, guys, going to the cemetery is really good. You know, it's peaceful, and that's what you gotta remember. You know, you wanna listen to your music, find a good song. Bird just made me jump a bit. You wanna find a good song. I mean, there's plenty of songs I could go over with you guys to show you, and I probably will. You know, but make sure you got some good beats as well. You know, don't be listening to music on cheap 250 earphones. I mean, they're not all bad, but most of them are. So that's what you want to remember, guys. Good song. Got my beats on. I don't have music playing now because I'm talking to you guys, but I'm going to in a minute. So just remember that, alright? Alright, I'm going to flip you guys. I'm going to turn this video back on soon. I'm going to just skip ahead a bit.
because I'm not at the exact location yet where I'm going to be doing more filming, so just hang tight. But remember your beats, guys. Listen to the music, that's the important thing. Good music, heartfelt, heartwarming music, that's a good thing. Alright, you'll be back on soon. Remember that. Hey guys, I'm down near the beach, like Pier Place. There's a lot of people around, so I'm probably not going to talk for long. I'm going to try and get some more quiet place, but just saying, taking in the air and looking at the sea and fresh air is really good, so that's one thing I'm trying to do. There's a lot of people around, so I'll try and get somewhere quieter, talk in a minute. Hang tight. Well, guys, I'm just on the way back up now. I couldn't really find a place down there that wasn't too crowded, so I thought I'd just walk slowly back. So I'm sorry if this walk hasn't been as long as you guys have wanted, but it's kind of hard to talk about things when you're surrounded by loads of other people, because they might not, let's watch that. They might not fully understand what I'm going on about, you see, so. I mean, sorry, if they hear, they might be like, what the hell is this guy going on about, so. It's a very hard thing to understand, so if they hear that, I'd rather them not. I don't think there's many people around now where I am, so I can't see anyone. So we're good. I'll just take this little. This is one good thing about mental health, guys, as well. Getting out for the walk is good, Take a deep breath, that fresh air is good. Not that there's actually much wind going around, but still. And I imagine some of you have noticed my new headband colour as well. Grey, black. So I'll keep walking and talking as long as I can, guys. If I run into a few people, then I'll have to pause it again, but yeah, guys, the air is really good, and music is a great way to deal with mental health, guys, Music's really good, so make sure you pick a good song to listen to as well. And I've got playlists and playlists of music, so I'm okay really, but if you need some advice on what type of songs to listen to, I got you covered. So you can message me about that, talk to me about anything really. Just coming back up where things are so maybe turned off, but there doesn't seem to be anyone around. I mean, there's cars, but not people really. Just give you guys a flip around. There we go. Yeah, you've been flipped around now, guys, so you can see where I am, if you know what I mean. The sun's kind of blocking me a bit though. It's difficult to see with all this sun, but it's good to be sunny. So you can see where I am now. Heading way back to thingy. Yes, those guys are to the camera froze then, I'm not sure why. I think it's because of the internet, but then again I'm actually connected to internet here, so I don't know what caused it, but camera froze a bit then. It took me a while to get it back around. I think it's flipping the camera around that does it. If I try and flip it. No. It froze. It froze at first though, that's why I stopped. There we go. Let's hope it doesn't freeze again. Anyways, this is a really good way, guys, to go on. Good walks, things like that. And the music is important as well. You need to make sure you're listening to good music. But it looks like we're okay. So if I'm not talking much, guys, I'm just trying to relax as well. So think about that. Right, we are coming back to a few more people now, so I may have to end it here. Just keep an eye out. Because anxiety can ruin these walks as well if you're running to big crowds of people. Yeah, I got someone coming straight ahead, so one sec. I'll be back. Yeah, we're good now. I'm hoping that part of the video is still there because the camera ended up freezing, so if it's not there, we've lost like a full 10 minutes, which is annoying, but I don't think we have. It still says 24 minutes, 45 seconds, so I don't think we've lost that. But if we have, which I don't think we have, we've lost a full 10 minutes there, which is really annoying. It's annoying when cameras and technology freeze, but nothing we can do at the minute. Getting closer now anyway, back home. Gotta be careful on these roads, guys. Hold up.
Right, guys. Yeah, that was the walk I did. Sorry I couldn't get as much screen time outside. I just I was running into a lot of people, so it was kind of difficult, and I didn't want to take a risk of, like, for example, someone seeing me film and then, like, say something stupid. Like, I know it's unlikely, but there's always those weirdos you can walk past and, like, they could see that I'm doing a video or something like that, and then just say something real daft as they walk past. Then I'd have to put the video on the computer, edit that part out. It'd have been really annoying. So I thought, let's just start filming when there's not a lot of people around. So that's what I did. I tried my best to just wait until there were no people, and I got decent time outside. But that was the main point I was trying to make. Was, of course, your music outside is really good, and that's what I was trying to do. And I do believe I got that, and that's what you got to think, guys. The music is really good for mental health, because there's a lot of things about mental health that are misunderstood, behaviors that people will never realize and never notice. So music is really good, a really good way. And I wanted to actually show you some of the comments that there was from the Lion Whisperer. There was one comment that he replied. There's two comments that he replied to. I'll just give you a show. So I'll give him a read and then I'll show you them. So of course I put in his comment section, I absolutely love the part where you say Gabbylicious. Now me and Greg watch that part, and obviously after he says it, like, they proper, like, jump on him, because, like, they play fight with him, things like that, like in a lot of animals. So always makes me smile to see such a great bond between a lion and man, and blah blah blah, things like that. And then he replied, see if you guys can, I'm not sure if it'll focus. Yeah, I think you guys can see that. Like, really, I'm not sure if that's focused enough, but and good news as well, we didn't lose the 10 minutes of the video, because on the way back, as I flipped you guys around to show you where I was, it froze, and I thought I lost like 10 minutes, but I didn't. It's still there, so that's good. So I wanted to show you that comment as well. I'd recommend watching his videos, because they're really good, especially when you want to relax and just take things in and just things like that. That's what it's all about, guys. Now there's another comment as well, if I can find it. No notifications, give me a minute. Oh yeah, here we go. Now this is a really good one. This is the comment I left, and he replied to this one as well. I'll give it a read to you guys. So I put, I really love your YouTube channel, mate. It's so great. Full stop. I've been subscribed to you for ages now. You're amazing. I deal with a lot of depression and anxiety, unfortunately, but yeah, I do. But when I watch your Great Lion videos, it makes me feel so much better. Keep up the great work, mate. You're epic. And he gave that comment a love, and he replied, so glad to hear it. Take care. Thank you for that, Kevin, man. Thanks for that. Now I'll just show you that as well, if it'll focus again. Hope you guys can see that. So that's great as well. You want to find a good way to deal with mental health as well. Find a good YouTuber, someone you like. If I'm the YouTuber you like, watch my videos. But everyone's different, so there's different types of content you guys will like and want to search for. So I just wanted to quickly show you that, and I'm probably going to wrap this video up here. But I'm going to do more videos like this. I just when I venture out and I can't go very fast, so when my legs are fully better, things like that, I'll start doing more videos like this, and I'll try and find more quieter places to film. I tried to get as much outside time as I could, but I just running into too many groups of people. It's literally impossible to evade them, so there's not much I could do about that. So yeah, they're just the main tips I wanted to let you guys know. And listen to your music, especially when you're on walks. Listen to songs, find good songs. I can give you a good list of songs I listen to, if you want to take from me and listen to them. If you have a good friend, make sure you create a good bond. And never be afraid to tell your friends or family how much they mean to you. Never be afraid of that. Don't think, oh, I don't want to sound stupid in front of them. Don't. Because life is so unpredictable, And people come and go so quickly in your life, you know? As I've grown up, one thing I've always really learned is just don't count on people. Don't count on people as much, you know? But if you have those people that you can count on, and they are your true friends, don't be afraid to tell them how much they mean to you, because you just may regret it, you know? And if you have a good bond with someone, keep that bond going strong, because it is possible to do. You know, I know it's rough, I know it's tough, I've been there. I haven't been there, I'm still there now, you know, it's not something that's been and gone. It's still right there now, you know, it's not going to be going anywhere really anytime soon. So yeah, the main things you want to be doing mental health is your music as well. Watch like comedy type films, watch things that make you laugh, and like I said, just try and relax. Cause that's the best thing I try and do, you know. Good hobby, like, you know, play on a console, PS4 or something, you know, just good games, that can be really good. And if you've got some friends online, you know, take time to go in party chats with them and talk to them about it. Because party chats are a bit different now on PS4. They have kind of been re-updated to how they was, but they're practically the same as they was, so that's good. And they're the main things you want to do. I mean, a good YouTuber is a really good one. You know, like I said, check Kevin out, the Lion Whisperer, really cool guy. You know, I've been subscribed to him since like 2016. I think even I've been subscribed to him longer actually. I'm not too sure, but I know it's like 2016 to 2014 or something, you know? I mean, one of the first videos I ever watched of his was the one where he's raising baby lions with a lioness in like this little enclosure cage part, and them two like spend loads of time in there together, and the lioness proper trusts him to like pick up the cubs and, you know, hold them in his hand and things. So it's really amazing to see that. And a pet is also a really good thing to have. If you're dealing with mental health, that's a really cool thing to have. You know, so I just wanted to create a bit of awareness, guys, and I'll try and do more videos like this in the future, because the main point of these videos is just to show people you're not alone. You know, as much as I'm alone when it comes to things like this and don't really have that friend to talk about it to, you know, especially they all did end up letting us down. So it's things like that that can be missing, and when they're missing, it's even harder for you. But as long as you push forward, there's always a chance, guys. Things can always get better. Because that's the main thing you want to do. Doesn't matter how much you feel down and bad in the morning, like I do. I know I do. You know, sometimes I literally don't want to. I feel that bad. I don't even want to leave my room. You know, I just want to hide from the world. And I do my best not to do that. You know, I get up and try and push forward with it, because that is what you got to do. It's annoying facing it alone, though. You know, crossing that finish line alone. It may be a kind of freedom. Knowing you're approaching the end can be a kind of freedom, you know. It's all over now. You don't have to suffer anymore. But it's a road you don't want to go down, man. And you want to just push forward with it. It's rough. I know how unbelievably rough it can be, mental health, you know. It can make you feel so down in the dumps, man. It is unreal. But there's ways of handling it. There's ways of dealing with it. Music is a great one. You know, you listen to music on the way and you find good songs, and it feels like these songs sometimes are playing out your life. Like this one song of Ed Sheeran, Castle on the Hill. Ed Sheeran, Castle on the Hill, recommend listening to that. It's a really good song. And if you watch the music video of it, you can see him, like, it shows the music video of him drinking with his friends and memories and things like that. Now, growing up, I missed out on loads of that. You know, it sucks. I wish I didn't, but it's just unfortunate. Some people get these and get good friends. Some people just are lonely for a lot of their lives, like me, and they miss out. But, like, when you watch his video and it shows him with all his friends having a good time, having drinks, and creating memories, you feel like you're there. You know, when you watch the music video, you feel like you're there. You feel like you're best friends with Ed Sheeran, man. You feel like you're actually there drinking with him. Like, you've never had these memories, you've never had those friends, you've never had this or that, but you feel like you're there. The song makes you feel like you're with him, you're next to him, you're enjoying it, you're having a good time, even though you're not even there at all. And that's good, though. It's good that music, and that's what I say about music, guys, because music is a really good way to deal with mental health. It's a really good way. It's a good way to feel a bit, feel your emotion a bit and just try and get a grip of life and all the stupid bullshit it can throw at you, especially with mental health and things. I mean, and whereas I'm really open about my problems. I know what I've got and I know what I'll always have, but I try and deal with it in the healthiest way possible. I'm open about it. I talk about it. I try and feel about it, if you get what I mean. It's hard to explain, but there's some people that are terrified of their emotions. They're not intact with it. So, and since they're not intact with it, all they do is bottle it up. They keep bottling it up and bottling it up, and they don't talk to people about it. And that's the worst thing you can do. If you don't talk to one about it, it'll just keep piling on and piling on, and then you'll start to lash out at people. You'll take your problems and you'll throw them onto them, You'll like rub them in or net them in, and you'll latch your problems onto them with, you'll take it out on them, and that's no good. Never live in denial about your problems. Be intact with your emotion, guys. Don't be afraid of your emotions. There's some people out there that are like that. They're afraid of all that, and don't be. Being afraid of it's silly. You just need to be aware and intact with things like that, or you're never going to get by. There's some people that have these problems and they're not like I am. They're not like the way I am. They're not open about it. And human hearts. I said that right weird then. Human hearts are very fragile. I find. They can break easy, and that is something that can make people feel more alone and afraid and make their mental health worse. So I do understand that, but always be intact with your emotion, guys. That's important. You need to be aware about your problems, and living in denial about them and pretending they don't exist is just stupid. Now, yes, some of the delusional things that come in mental health, ignore them because they're not real. It's just mind games, all that stuff. So I'm good at ignoring that. I know when it's just up here. I know when it's up here and not actually real. So it's like, don't listen to that. It's not real. But you gotta actually be aware and be intact with the problem. Your problems that you get, the problems that mental health bring with you. If you're not, then you're just not going to survive. And there's a lot of like suicide things I've seen, where it'll show people trying to be a burden to people. It's not that at all. Well, no, some people might, and if people do that, that's wrong. Don't do that. That's just, it's wrong as well and awful because you're putting all that weight on people's shoulders and you don't mean it. You get some people act it. They act to have mental health. They act to be depressed to get out of things, and they blackmail people with it. And you don't want that. If you know someone that's doing that, don't be around people like that. People like that are the worst type of people to be around. I mean, there's so many different things that surround mental health, man. Surround depression, surround anxiety, that it's just so difficult. Me, it can be really difficult to even go to the shop. On the way to the shop, I can see a few people coming towards me, and literally, it just causes so much stress for me, but I just get past it as easy as I can. And there's a lot of different things. Like on certain suicide things you'll see, it's not necessarily, a lot of people, it's just, they're so sick of no one caring. They're so sick of no one giving a shit that they may mention it to you a lot, because sometimes that's all it takes, guys, to stop someone doing the unthinkable, to stop someone ending it all. That's all it takes. It takes how you feeling, man. Do you want to talk to me about it? Sometimes that's all it takes to stop someone doing the unthinkable, to listen to them, bond with them. Because humans are social animals, we're not. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone enjoys that alone time. I enjoy it, it's nice to take some time to yourself and play a game or do whatever, but it doesn't mean you want it all the time, And that's the thing, So always listen to people, especially if they've got mental health, man. And I don't recommend a therapist would be kind of cool, but I wouldn't recommend doctors because they don't understand it, and some of them actually just don't care. The one I had just thought it was funny, thought my suffering was hilarious, and some of them in general won't care. They'll be like, "Yeah, that's great. Here's some antidepressants. Now leave." They're just not interested in you at all, and that sucks. But the world is very cruel, and mental health can put you in such a bad state. It can make you really think about the world in such a different way. You see the world in such a different way to people. Whereas people take oh yeah, I'm just going to go to the shop, I'm just going to go do this. Whereas you take that as sometimes a really terrifying experience, you know? Like, I put on a brave face, I do my best, but sometimes, guys, honestly, I've never been more terrified. But in a good way, in a strong way, in a way where I push forward with it. I don't let that get on top of me. Because I know if I let that get on top of me, it's just going to keep weighing you down. You can't let it get on top of you, you know? Mental health is kind of like a race. You know, you can be ahead of mental health for months, weeks, days, but it does catch up to you eventually. You know, it's one of those things. Sometimes you get a bit of a thing going in your chest, and you feel like you can outrun it. You feel like if you can sprint as fast as you can outrun mental health, and you can lose it. It won't be able to find you. It's like a game of tig, you know. But eventually, it does find you. It catches you and grabs you and pulls you down so far that you just feel like you can't swim back up. It's like drowning sometimes. You know, it really is. It's like you're drowning. It's like you're trying to learn to swim, and you always pull back down. It always finds you. But there's good ways, man. Like I've said, to beat it with music and things like that. And if you enjoy games like playing on your Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo Switch, whatever the other one's called, I don't really know about Nintendo as much, so I can't really recommend a type of console to get for that. But just Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Switch, I'm pretty sure they're the best ones. So get one of them if you're into Nintendo things. And you know that's what it's like. It's always like that thing that's catching up to you and it's pulling you down, and you've got to do your best to outrun it. And it's difficult to outrun, but it can be done. You know, and I try to explain this as best I can, but this is the thing with mental health. It's very hard to explain. You know, with mental health, man, 1 minute you can be happy, smiling, things going well for you. You know, you can be really happy, you can be really excited and enjoying life, things going great. And the next minute, boom, it all comes crashing down on you and pulls you down, and then you're back to square one. Sometimes it feels like, I was so happy this morning. I was so this morning. I was that this morning. I was this today. And now I'm back to where I was. But it's not that you're back to where you was. It's because mental health is it's like a running thing. It's like a race, you know? Sometimes it's really ahead of you. You've got to catch up to it. And sometimes you're ahead of it and it catches up to you. You know, it really is. It's one of those things that really does haunt you. And trust me, man, it gets me. It gets me in the worst ways. You know, it really does. It pulls me so far down sometimes it's virtually impossible to get back up. But it doesn't matter how far you fall, guys. How far it beats you down. You can always get back up. You know, because, you know, I like to think of me as a lad, a man. I like to think I'm strong, you know, and women that are dealing with this as well, you know, they're strong too. You know, and that's the thing, you know. Mental health someone that's suffering with mental health the way I am, it really shows how strong you are. It shows how strong you never thought you were when you beat all these times. And, you know, God bless all the people that have died, that have killed themselves because of this. And some of them have. And one day, you never know, I might join them. But I'm never going to, I don't want to let that happen, man. I'm not going to let that happen. You know? And you don't want to let something like that happen. People have, I'm not going to start blaming them or saying they're selfish. No, because they don't know what's going on. You know, they don't know what's going on inside your head. So, no, I'm not going to start saying, oh, they shouldn't have done this, they shouldn't have done that. No, but you never want to go down that road, guys, you know? And you've got to think as well, because if you did do the unthinkable, people, your family, some of your friends, they will blame themselves for that. You know, they will sit there and think, was I there for him enough? Could I have spoke to him more? Could I have done something more? And they will blame themselves, you know? And there's so many other people that your death would affect that you wouldn't realize. They could be a friend that you haven't spoke to in years, and they won't hear about it. Let's say if you haven't spoke to them in a long time, they won't hear about it at first, you know? Like, if the unthinkable did happen, like one of my old friends, Mark, he'll find out about it, but not straight away. You know, no one's going to straight contact him and let him know, because we don't live in the same town anymore. We don't see each other anymore. So, like, eventually he would realize, he'd find out about it. I'm not sure how, but
he would find out eventually. Loads of people would. And when they do find out, they will blame themselves. They will think, God, hope it's not because of me. Hope, was I there for the guy enough? Was I there for her or him enough? And that's the thing. So you got to think about how it will affect the people around you. Because, just because you have a family member or a brother or a sister or a friend that doesn't tell you that they care about you every day doesn't mean that they don't. They still do. They may not let you know about it. They may not, every time you come down, they leap up into the air and give you a hug like, hey man, how are you doing? No. Because the healthy human mind doesn't wake up thinking it's its last day on the planet. Normal people that don't have this condition that I have don't wake up in the morning and think, I'm going to die today. That's really cool. No. The mind just doesn't do that. It doesn't wake up feeling that. But when you have mental health, it does. You do wake up thinking, oh my God, I'm still alive, And that's the vibe I strongly get out of. I ignore it. Push forward with it. Don't let it get on top of me. Because if it does get on top of me, then that could happen. The worst could happen if it did.
If it got on top of me, then yeah. And I never want to go down that road.
You never want to let it get on top of you like that. Never. That's the thing you've got to avoid completely.
Never let it get on top of you guys. And that's the thing, People, some people you don't even really talk to anymore. That's what I mean. Like, they could be friends you haven't spoke to in years. And if you did do the unthinkable, if you did kill yourself, months down the line, or maybe even a year, if you literally haven't seen them in years as well, they will hear about it. A conversation will happen. Maybe they'll get a call. Maybe they'll get a text saying, "Oh, I know you and her or you and him don't talk anymore, but I just like to let you know they've passed away." And then they'll hit them hard at first. They'll think, God, am I to blame for that? What if he did it secretly because we're not friends anymore? And that's the thing. That's the thing you got to think about. I mean, there's been loads of friends I've had, man, that I've really tried making an effort with, that I've really tried to create a special bond with, and they all let me down, man. All of them. Some of them actually really blatantly lied to me, like right to my face. Some of them would say, I'd be like, hey, you guys want to go out tonight? You want to do this? We could create this. We could go have a few drinks in a different place one night. Let's have a few drinks in Scarborough or Leeds or Hull. And they'd be like, oh no, I'd like to, but I don't really go out in towns as much anymore. You know what I mean? When you go out in cities, it makes you sort of not want to go out in a town. And you're like, oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, Brid's not majorly exciting. Brid's not a majorly exciting place to go out in. I get that, that's true. But, you can still try and have a good time, if you were your friends and things. And you can try and make it good because it's only a town and you got to make the best out of what you can. And then I go out and the people that told me they don't go out here anymore, I'd see them. And you'd be like, what the fuck? I thought, I didn't say anything, but I thought, you told me you wasn't going out tonight. You told me you don't go out in Brit anymore. You say because it's a town, it's not as good, and blah, 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 and all that. And then I'd see them, and literally their faces would be shell-shocked. It'd be like, holy shit, the guy who I just lied to is right in front of me. What do I do? And it's like, of course I'm right in front of you. This is a town. It's not a city. You can't, there's not like 100 different nightclubs in Brid where you can hide from someone, so it's like, why are they so surprised? If we're both going out in the same small, crappy town, you're going to run into each other so easily, and then it's just like a poor show. It's a bad thing. So I'm getting off track a bit. This is about mental health, so I'm getting off track a bit. I was just getting off track there. I didn't mean to do that, but I was just saying it as examples of the way people can let you down and lie to you and then just get caught red-handed. Get it? I'm sorry. But it's true, red-handed. But anyway, like I was saying, there's a number of things and there's a number of ways mental health can affect you. And like I said, a lot of people nowadays, it's different because they don't understand it. They don't understand what it is. They don't understand what it can do to you. A lot of doctors, man, they will talk to you about it as if they know it, as if they get it. I've had a few doctors that they talk to me about it, and they're talking to me about it as if they know it more than me. It's like, pal, you don't know it more than me. You think you know it more. I'm not trying to say, doctors this, doctors that. No, some of them actually just listen to you and then advise what to do. I don't mind, advising. But one thing that always really frustrates me is when there's those people that don't know what mental health is. They have no clue what it's like. They have no clue about any of it. And they sit there and they talk to you. And I've seen videos on this as well. They'll sit there and they'll talk to you and they'll demand what you should be doing right now if you've got mental health. It's like, you don't even have it. How can you sit there and say this and say that and you don't even have it? It's just fucking stupid. You don't have it and you're trying to tell people what they shouldn't be doing. That really frustrates me. It's a big no-no with me, is that when I see someone tries doing that with me, I literally let them know, I don't literally scream at them, obviously not, but I do, let them know. I'm like, you're not going through what I'm going through. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what mental health is. So you can listen to me and maybe put your own opinionated advice, but don't say what I should be doing, man. You don't know what this is like. And if you do know what it's like and you have the exact same thing, and sure, pass on different things. But you find the only thing with mental health, the only people you can really connect with is people that have mental health too. If someone else has the exact same problems and the exact same mental health I have, we can connect like wildfire. Everything I'll say, he will be like, oh, or she will be like, oh yeah, that's exactly like me. I do that. I do this. So, and people with mental health that has been caused, people with depression or anxiety that's been caused by something, you can bond with them too, but it's difficult. A bit more difficult, not majorly, but a bit more difficult, because if that's a reason theirs is on, when their reason has got better or isn't there anymore or isn't bothering them anymore, they're going to get back how they was, whereas you're not. So then it's like, yeah, I've been in that situation, but I don't have it full term like you. It's not a full-time thing it's not a full-time thing like you. It's a part-time thing with me. As long as so-and-so doesn't attack me again or do this again, then it's going to come back. It's going to come back. So if not, sorry, don't really have it. So, that's just what I wanted to talk about, guys. And I wanted to mention the main things how to deal with it. Because trust me, mental health, when it hits you, it will push you so far down. It is unreal. You will just be literally like a quivering, cowering person. You won't want to do anything. You won't want to go anywhere. You won't want to see anyone. And you don't want to let your social skills drop. If your social skills drop so far, it'll get to a point where you don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want that. You want to do what I do. You want to push forward with it. Doesn't matter how terrified you may be. You got to put on a brave face. That is what counts. A brave face. That is what counts. I am not weak. I am a survivor. I am not weak. I am a warrior. That's what you got to remember. Man. And if you don't do anything about mental health can only win if you let it. Like Tyson Fury, I don't even follow boxing. I'm not really interested in it, if I'm honest with you. But one thing Tyson Fury mentioned once is if he doesn't do his weights, if he doesn't do exercise every day, he wakes up and he goes through the day feeling terrible. But if he does his exercise every day and does this every day and does that every day, he can push forward with it, And so I have a lot of respect for Tyson Fury. Really legend of a person, and he's accomplished so much, I'll never accomplish the things he's done because, well, I'm just a normal teen guy, I don't think I'll ever accomplish things like that, but there's always that thing of keep believing, man, You always need that hope, that straw to grab at, that light at the end of the tunnel. That's what you've always needed. That's what all of us need. Someone to talk to. Someone to be there. That's what everyone needs, No one wants to be alone. And everyone wants that person to talk to. And, someone like Tyson Fury, he has overcame everything. He's overcame all his mental health. And I could follow in that footsteps. Definitely of overcoming it. Anyone can. I can do this. So can you. And he's accomplished so much. And when he doesn't do his weights and exercise in the morning, he wakes up feeling bad. But if he doesn't, he goes throughout the day feeling great. So there's a number of ways you can fight mental health. A number of ways. And that is one of the best ways. So I take my beanie hat off. I was going to say hats off, but I don't have a proper hat. It's just a beanie hat. But, in metaphorically, I take my hat off to him. He's a great guy, and he's a legend. He's accomplished so much. He's, so as if Tyson Fury would ever be watching my videos. I'm just a tiny YouTuber with 95 subscribers. But if he ever did, and he is watching this right now, I love you, bro. You're awesome. You've accomplished loads. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. It's been quite a long vid. I've enjoyed doing this. I really have. Just remember, good ways to beat mental health, guys. Music, hobbies, PlayStation games, Xbox games. Get yourself a hobby. YouTubing is a good one. I can't remember what the other one was now. Yeah, a good YouTuber. Find a good YouTuber, man. Like Markiplier or like the Lion Whisperer, who I like as well. Watch their videos. They've got good content. They help you relax when he's caring for the animals at the sanctuary and things. So, watch their videos. Watch things like that. Do those 3 things and listen to music a lot as well. Get yourself a good pair of beats, things like that. So anyway, this has been a good talk about mental health. I hope you guys have learned a bit, and I hope you've listened. And you're not alone. There's other people. There's loads of people out there like me. I just wish we could all meet up. That'd be cool. And so you're not alone. Always remember that. Anyway, this is the Red One signing out. Much loved. As always. Bye-bye.